We could have a life with your family, you could have a relationship with your spouse, and you could be an entrepreneur. You don't need to give up any of it. You could do it all if you just give enough effort, balance, be able to be involved with all three if you really want to. And Bobby and I are such a living proof of it. Bobby and I met when we were 18 years old. I was 18, he was 22, with $0, zero knowledge, dropouts from high school. And we were able to maneuver all three without even noticing that we were doing it. And I get a lot of people ask me, I can't be a mom and work. I can't be a wife and be a mother and be an entrepreneur. I can't be a husband and be at my kids' schools and be at their activities. Well, that's because you don't want to. That's because you're not giving the chance to be able to do all three. And I have three pillars that I always go by in life. And that's the way that Bobby and I have been able to get through it for 33 years. And we started doing it without even noticing it. It was just survival. We had to do it because there was no other choice. I really want you to take a note of this. Your family, your relationship with your spouse, and your business life. Very, very important, because if you're not 100% with all three of them, you cannot be the best at that one that you think that you're the best. And for a lot of us, we think that we're the best CEOs, we're the best entrepreneurs in life. But when any of these three are not at 100%, you're not giving it 100%. You can't be, because that back conscious, you're either, oh my God, I'm missing my kids. I didn't go to his game. I didn't go see them do their competition. My wife, I didn't take her out on a date. My husband, I didn't spend time with him. So trust me, you're not 100% if you're not 100 with each of these three lives that you have. You have three lives that you're gonna be living. Communicating with your family. How do you communicate with your family? When you have children, a lot of people tell me, well, you know, I don't need my kids knowing about my business, or I don't want my kids to be, they need to go to school. They don't need to know about anything that's happening. But your kids have voices, even when they're little, even when they're, they want to do things that, they're always fighting against what you don't want them to do, but they need to have a voice. You need to have some communication so that they can know later on in life how to be able to create this legacy that I know all of you in this state, in this audience, want to have a legacy for your family. Because if not, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be caring about your business growing, about growth for personal growth. So it's very important that when you communicate with your children, that you allow them to express who they are, what they want, what they need. We started sitting down with our children a little too late, I would feel, because I didn't know about this. But when they're little, 10 years old, they already have a mind of their own, and they already know things that they want to do, what they don't want to do. You got to explain to them how daddy and mommy are not going to be here Monday through Friday all day long, because we're creating something that we're leaving for you. So it's very important that you express that you communicate with them so that they could understand, and let them give you their communication. Hey, you know what? I don't want to stay with the nanny today. I really would like to stay at aftercare, and whatever it is, it doesn't matter, but communicating with your children so that they can know what you're doing for them, showing them that you are out there hustling because you want to create a legacy for them. Your relationship, when it comes down to your spouse, your good, your bad, your wants, your needs, that is so important. Bobby and I have been communicating about everything since we started, and it's not fun sometimes. We're communicating about something that maybe I don't want, or he likes it and I don't like it, or I want something to change and he doesn't want something to change. It's not always easy, but when you communicate and you're truthful with each other and you're so transparent, there's nothing that could go wrong, because you both know what you want out of this relationship. You both know where you're going with this relationship. So there shouldn't be any of course, you're going to still have arguments and you're going to have disagreements. I'm not talking about that. But if you communicate on a constant basis, Do you know what that feels like? You know that you hold in so much when it comes down to having a relationship and you're like, oh my God, I don't know, how do I say this? How do I do this? He's gonna get mad, she's gonna get mad. It's okay, but if you communicate, you're gonna be able to know exactly what you want out of this relationship. And then in your business life, you have business partners, you have affiliates, you have employees, you have so many people that you have to deal with. But if you're communicative with your company, you are one of the best leaders, because a leader communicates, is transparent, is very truthful about what this is all about. It's your business. You know what this business is supposed to go. Where are you? Where's the vision of your business? If your employees, partners don't know what you want, how can they get there? So being very communicative with your employees, with affiliates that you're, working with, a business partner that you're with. It could be your spouse, it could be your brother, it could be a person you just ended up, having a business with. But having that open communication all the time. You don't communicate just one day. Maybe in a week, you communicate 2 or 3 times about something that's going on. And maybe you don't. Maybe there's sometimes that you only need to communicate once a week, once a month, whatever it is. But being an open book, being transparent about communication in all 3 aspects of your life is so important, because they all tie to one. Like I said at the beginning, if you're not good at one and you think that you're doing the best in the other, you're not. I can guarantee you, if you check yourself and you understand that if there's one of these 3 areas in your life that's not at 100, and you fix that one, you're gonna say, wow, now I'm the best at this. But it's very, very important to communicate. Good, bad, ugly, whatever it is, communication is a must. Now, once you communicate, what happens with that communication if you all can't come to an agreement? If you can't come to a balance to where you're saying, okay, I want green, you want yellow, how do we get purple? So you have to compromise.